How do you start a video? Oh, okay. But I never say that. I don't think I am. It will be. Hello everyone and welcome to a new video. I am in a purple monster onesie because it's the end of the day. I just got home from work and I'm exhausted and I didn't feel like putting on real clothes. So that's what we're doing today. That is the look for the intro and outro of this video. Today's video is gonna be a cosplay walkthrough video where I show you guys me living out my early 2000s pop star dreams. Very excited about it. But before we start, Danny, can you come in here? Yeah, come in here. Come in. You're gonna be my special guest for this intro. Hi, this is Danny. This is my roommate. So Danny is selling dice. We're gonna plug your dice.
She didn't prep me for this.
I didn't prep. No, it's a surprise.
I do. I sell dice.
Where can people go to find your dice?
You can go to my Instagram, Dice Libra,
which I'll have on screen down here.
And I have made sets for sale, or I can do custom commissions. You can either DM me, or I have a form in my bio for that.
There we go. And I'll put some pictures on screen of what her dice look like. So definitely check out her dice Instagram and yeah.
Thanks, Bobby.
No problem. You are dismissed. All right, so all of that out of the way. Today I'm going to be living out my 2000s pop star dreams because today I'm making a Josie and the Pussycats cosplay. So it's a very not commonly cosplayed thing, which is a shame because it is so good. And it's definitely it's probably my favorite live action movie, to be honest. It was one of my absolute favorites as a kid. I've loved this movie since I was in middle school, and I thought in my adult years, I was like, what if I cosplayed from it? So that's what we're gonna be doing today. I'm gonna be walking you guys through the process of me making a Josie and the Pussycats cosplay. Very stoked about it. So the look in question that I'm gonna be doing is this look here. She never actually performs in it. She brawls in it and has a heartfelt moment with her friends in it, but she never actually performs in it, which is a bit of a shame because it's probably her most iconic look out of the entire movie. If you asked me to name any of her looks throughout the movie, this is the only one I'd be able to name because it's the only one that's stuck with me. So I figured for the sake of recognizability, this would be the best outfit to go with. It's also my favorite outfit of hers from the entire movie. So that's the one that we're gonna be doing. I'm really excited. This is a cosplay I wanted to do for 3 years. I got the idea. I was watching Josie and the Pussycats with my roommates and I was like, what if I cosplayed from it? And they were like, that would be amazing. So this has been 3 years in the making. I'm making it for ECCC this year, which is Emerald City Comic Con. And I started making it because I realized that Emerald City Comic Con is coming up in a month and I have nothing prepped for it. So I figured I should get all of my ECCC stuff out of the way now. And I'm now going to show you guys the process of me making it. So without any further ado, let's get into it. Okay, so here is my fabric that I'm going to be using. So this, I was very lucky to find. Finding blue leopard print is very challenging. I had initially gotten some black and white leopard print and then got some blue dye, but then I actually found this in the discount bin at Fabricland. Many months later, I came across this and I was like, should I go with this or should I go with the fabric that I already have? And I ultimately decided to go with this because when I got the other fabric, they only had half as much as what I needed, and I figured I might as well just get the full 5 meters that I need. So there's 5 meters of this since I have to make a full coat thingy. I don't know if we want to call it a coat, but we'll just call it a coat for the sake of this video. A full coat and then a pair of pants. So I got 5 meters of this, and it also eliminates the need for me to dye any fabric, and so that was just going to be much easier. So this was just a much more convenient option. So I'm very happy with this. I'm very happy that they had as much as I needed because I was going to try and make it work with however much I had of the other material, but I know looking back that it wouldn't have been enough, so this is much better. And I just got this fur today. So her fur is much brighter than this. This is a very dark blue. There were two options. There was a brighter blue and then this darker blue, and the brighter blue looked really ugly with this. Like it was not the same blue as any of the shades of blue in this fabric, whereas this one kind of it harmonizes with this fabric a little bit better than the other fabric, so it won't be tannin. It'll be much darker than what her collar looks like, but I think for the sake of like the materials looking nice together, this was the better option. The other upside to this is that it has the same kind of black to blue look that hers has. So if we kind of pull this back, you see that there's like black fibers in there. So depending on what angle you look at this from, you'll see either black or blue, and you'll see that her collar actually has that. So even though the blue is much lighter, it has these black fibers in it. So that was kind of a nice little nod to what her collar actually looks like. So we're going off of screen accuracy a little bit. We're making this kind of a darker blue version of her outfit, and there's some other artistic liberties that I'm going to be taking with this, but I don't think it will matter too much because, you know, it is what it is. I don't know. Yeah, and sometimes you have to go with the materials that you can find. It was either this or the other blue. Like, those were the only two blue furs that I could find in all of Vancouver. So this is the fur that I decided to go with. Same with this. This is not 100% what her outfit looks like, but it will still get the idea across. And again, this was the only blue leopard print that I could find in all of Vancouver. So, you know, sometimes you have to be at the mercy of what materials you can find, and I think it will still look fine. So anyway, that's me rambling about the materials. Here's the pattern we're going to be using. It's very well loved. This is the same pattern that I've used for many different cosplays. It's probably my absolute favorite pattern. This is Vogue 1290, and we're going to be using this pattern here for this coat. Again, I don't know if we want to call it a coat. This is much fuller than what her coat looks like. So her coat is very much like straight line down, so I could have used this pattern, but I thought that this would look a little bit more dramatic and would look a little bit more cool, I guess. I just figured visually it would just look much nicer than just like a straight down kind of coat. This is going to flare out a little bit and have some more dimension to it. So that said, you know, the fabric is a little bit different from hers. The actual like pattern is a little bit different from what her outfit looks like. So we're kind of doing our own thing, but that's okay. So anyway, let's get into cutting this out. Okay, so here's what I've done for the collar. So I have the collar layer, so it's two pieces sewn right sides together and then turned inside out. And then what I've done is I have sandwiched it between the actual coat. So this is the coat, this is the collar, and then this is the front facing piece. So the front facing piece is a piece that goes around the front of the coat that basically you sew it right sides together and then fold it back so that it's a clean edge. So normally you would just have this sewn right to the jacket, but since we have to have the collar in there, I've sandwiched it in the middle so that when I sew it and then turn this back, it will be a nice clean edge. Hopefully that makes sense, but now I'm gonna sew it and hopefully that will go okay. This is really thick, so it's gonna be kind of difficult to get all sewn together, and getting it pinned took me like an hour. It was so difficult. I had to like pin it and then unpin it and then repin it because I kept doing it wrong. So it's been very challenging, but hopefully it all goes well. Okay, so next I'm working on her shirt. Now, this is the material that I've gotten, and it's pretty much perfect in the respect that it has these little like sparkly fibers in it. Like that's exactly what her shirt looks like. The only problem is that the color is not accurate. The color is much darker than the color of her shirt. This is more of like an aquamarine, kind of bluish greenish dark blue, and hers is like a light blue. Now, why I decided to get this was because I figured I wouldn't be able to find a material this perfect. Like it has the little bits of sparkle in it. Material wise, it looks almost identical to her shirt. And the other thing is that the color of the like leopard print, let me just go get it. The leopard print is also not the same color as hers. It has these kind of deep aquamarine tones to it. If you look like right there and like right there especially, it's a deeper blue and it has a bit of a green to it. So I figured that given that I've adjusted the color palette as it is, having this shirt be darker would work in the context of the shades that I'm already using, if that makes sense. Like the fur is darker, this is darker than hers, and so it made sense that the shirt would be darker too. And like it harmonizes well with this material. So I figured in the context of my cosplay this would look good, but in the context of it being screen accurate it wouldn't. So again, we're taking some artistic liberties, and I'm just gonna have to live with it. If I do later on find a material that's lighter that is this same kind of glittery material, I'll probably upgrade the shirt, but for right now this is what I've decided to go with. So we're just gonna roll with it. For the shirt, I am gonna be using, let me just zoom you guys out, I'm gonna be using the same pattern that I used for the pants, which is this New Look 6530, and I'm just gonna be using this. Now the neckline on hers is quite low. It's not like low, but it's like lower than on this pattern. So I might adjust the neckline. I personally don't mind having a higher neckline, so I think I might just sew it the way it is and then see how I like it, and I can always alter it later. The other thing that I need to do is I need to gather the bottom of the neckline a little bit. So that's just gonna be a matter of just taking a needle and thread and just scrunching it up and sewing it. So that's not gonna be too difficult. But aside from that, there's nothing that I really need to do to alter this pattern. So we're just gonna get into it. And that was my Josie and the Pussycats cosplay. Mixed feelings about this cosplay. Mostly the wig and the makeup I was not happy with. The actual outfit itself, it has a lot of flaws. So what I learned is that the stretch material that I used is very light in like weight-wise, it's very light in comparison to the collar, which is this very heavy fur. So when you try to sew them together, it doesn't go well, unfortunately. So there's a lot of like puckering underneath the collar. Like if you flip the collar up, there's a lot of puckering underneath, which I'm not proud of, but luckily the collar does conceal all of that. So it's just something that I think I have to live with, just because even if I were to take it all apart and resew it, I don't think I could resew it better than the way that I sewed it the first time, just because the nature of like how those materials clash. The other thing I'm not happy with is the wig. The wig, my lack of wig knowledge really shows with this cosplay. I did not know what I was doing with the wig. Like I tried to make it the little like 2000s like flip hairstyle that she has, and it didn't go well. I really have to cut the wig, but I don't really want to because I like the length of it for when it's curled, but I think I'm gonna have to bite the bullet and just like cut the wig a little bit and then try again. Not sure really how to achieve the style that she has, but I tried many different things. As you saw, I tried like straightening it and then curling it and then spraying it and then brushing it out and everything, and nothing really got that look that her hair has, unfortunately. So the wig does not look correct, and I am aware of that, but hopefully I can like figure that part out. The other thing I'm not happy with is the makeup. My face shape has changed in the last few months, which I'm not like thrilled about, to be honest. So I think wearing this makeup the first time, it just kind of accentuated how different my face looks now than it has in like previous months, and wasn't feeling it. I think what I'll do in the future, Danny actually suggested that I put on eyeliner. I didn't think that like for Josie's makeup that they did eyeliner with that look, but if you look really closely at the picture, you can see that they did put a little bit of eyeliner on her. So I think I'll do some eyeliner and do like a little cat eye. I'm going to highlight my brow bone a little bit more, and hopefully that will make things look a little bit better. But I think for like a first test run, I think it went pretty okay. And overall, I'm very happy with the cosplay. Like aside from those three things that I just named, I'm very happy with the cosplay. It is incredibly comfy. Like, let me tell you, this is one of the comfiest cosplays I've made because it's basically like jammy bottoms and a t-shirt and a coat, a fuzzy coat. So it is like very comfy to wear, aside from the high heels, but that's okay. So I'm very excited to get to wear this to a con and just like be comfy. That's a rare occurrence. And it's just so fabulously 2000s, and I just love that about it. Mostly, I am happy with this cosplay. Don't be fooled by all the negatives that I named. I think the positives do outweigh the negatives, and I can always fix the negatives for the next time that I wear it. Yeah. Anyway, thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you maybe learned something new. I hope you had fun reliving the 2000s with me. Love that decade. So much nostalgia. If you want to check out Danny's Dice Instagram, I'll have it linked down in the description as well as on screen. She does have commissions open, so be sure to get on that because her stuff is amazing. And yeah, so anyway, thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I'll see you guys all next time. But until then, Panda Faces, please be sure to take care. Bye.